Talked on the news last night about how yesterday morning the sunrise was all red because of the smoke. We really didn't have any extra red to the sunrise yesterday morning. As to the south, you can see a little smoke to it. See a little more that way maybe. That's where the sun's coming from. I really don't see where there's any smoke over there. Oh, thought about parking this down there where we usually clean stuff off, but then I wouldn't have been able to get the service truck back up here. Goes right there. Get some degreaser on that and see if it'll break that loose. Because that stuff that's on there, it's baked on. Believe it or not, I cleaned that bowl up with brake clean yesterday. And I had a hard time getting it off because the threads on that are packed full of shit. Actually chipped a little bit of the bottom of the glass trying to get the stinking nut, get the stinking nut to back off. Oh, and I see those are running again. I don't know what's with Mom's sprinkler system. Those were running when I came out. There's 3 zones. And that's the first zone that goes. That's the last zone that goes. And it just quit for, I don't know how many times it cycled. Ty played with the controller the other day after she had a crew come in and they reset the sprinklers. Some of them were, a little wonky, or they were a little too low and couldn't come up and do their job. And Saturday morning is when the guys come to mow the lawn. And it ain't like they haven't done it when we've had 3 or 4 inches of rain overnight. But I don't think we needed sprinklers running all night. I'll have to have Ty see if she can figure that out. I'm not going to bother trying. I can't figure out my frickin' monitor in there to tell how many bales I got on that field I'm on. But I suppose it's about that time of morning, although the yearlings are all still out. Means part of the cows might not be in. So I got a couple of things I can do, though. They'll work their way in. In the meantime, in case I didn't say it yet, hey, good morning. Gotta have your coffee, you can't get to work, right? And I can do it without it, it's just not as pleasant of a day. Well, so much for Brent's brat getting her loves this morning. Eeyore, that wasn't nice. The old biatch. What do you two think? You want some breakfast? I know you have come up and gotten loves before. You gonna come get some? Long hairs. Look at that long hair out of her ear. You about got your tag covered back up. Yeah. You're a biatch. Uh-huh. Yeah, you're Brooks biatch. That explains a lot, doesn't it? Okay, here we go. There's your loves. There's your loves. Morning, buddy. I don't want to scratch your face because I don't want you to be an a-hole later in life. Cows or heifers is one thing. Bulls is another. Or steers. Because they'll decide that they want a good head scratching and come up and butt you with a 300-pound head when they're big enough. And I'm sorry, but I don't like that. Got you. Ha, yeah, I got your ear. Oh, we better say good morning to Ruby. Good morning, Ruby. Okay, finish feeding and figure out what Ty just sent me. I think we'll see if Becky got her butt out of bed because her alarm went off before I walked out of the trailer this morning. That means nothing. Her alarm could go off at 1 o'clock in the morning. She still ain't going to get up till 8. Look who walked in. Right as I was setting that bucket over there, the lights came on. Because she snuck in. She's actually up and dressed. And Ty's message was, I woke up with a migraine. So I'm taking medicine and going back to bed.
Load of laundry in the wash machine. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes she sneaks out and gets stuff done. And so much for having Ty come and figure out the timer on the irrigation.
Oh,
because I hope the lawnmower boys don't get stuck.
Oh, fuck, I forgot that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't know how many cycles it's done.
What if your mom messed with it again?
I doubt it. Runs. We'll see how long. I was beginning to wonder. Took that line loose and it just had a dribble. I mean, not even an eighth of an inch stream. Just barely making a stream. And I stuck the air nozzle in her. I took the cap loose before I did that because I don't need to blow up a plastic tank. And I did it, and I didn't hear any air movement in the tank. I hit it again, got a little bit. I did it 5 or 6 times before I got good air movement in the tank. And I quit, and I waited for something to come out. Nothing came out. It's like, So I blew into it again. Air's going in the tank. Nothing coming out. I ended up holding the nozzle next to the end of the hose and cupping my hand over it. Make a little venturi. Give a little suck that way. That's a 3/8 line, and it was running full. So got her hooked up. For lack of anything else quick, a little brake clean to get the fuel off. And now we're running. I'm guessing by the way it acted, the chunk was actually in the end of the line. And hopefully it broke up and is in small pieces, because I'd much rather have it come through that line and get caught in the screen and the bowl. I mean, the screen and the bowl, other than getting your hands messy, you can do that in the field, no problem. You know, you just can't come back in and touch anything when you're done. But we're going to see what happens anyway. It's, I don't know, going on 10 o'clock. Probably a good thing I went to town with Becky. She had a couple of cabinets ordered and a couple of pieces to put on the end of cabinets, you know, because they're particle board and you want to cover it with something nice. And insulation to put in our new room. Her brother built the walls so they're double studded basically. So we can try to cut down on the noise from the furnace, and then it's going to get insulated to help cut down on it even more. The idea is if you got a stud here and a stud here, and they're not touching each other, so that there's no transfer solid through the wall, it's supposed to help reduce noise through the wall. So we went and got all that crap. And now she's up on the hill cleaning the house, and she just sent me a text that said, oh my god, it's hot. Well, she always complains they never turn the air conditioning on for her. And they're gone for the weekend, so they didn't care. And yeah, so I left myself just enough room to weasel through here. About that much room. So, get this done. Probably stack bales while I'm out here. It's easier to load, especially by yourself, if they're all stacked up first. I mean, we've done it. It's just so slow going bale to load. And say get this done. Stuff probably should get serviced. And then we go to the neighbors. And the chance of rain went from 53% yesterday morning to 23% last night to 21% this morning. That's for Monday morning. Tuesday has dropped to like 18%, then Wednesday's like 6%, then 0 the rest of the week. And it was 53%, and then like 20, 25% all week. So, you know, we ain't gonna get shit. Well, she did it. Didn't slow down a bit. I even ran higher gear yesterday to keep it moving. I was running down in first and on the main and like third or fourth on the power shift. I just got right clear up to the rake in second on the main and first and second on the power shift, just because getting smaller in so many corners. I could have gone faster. And now, I'm glad I didn't get a wet butt. That means the dew's completely off the seat. Sun's been hitting it. I got a bunch of bales I got to move before I can rake corners, and rather than push them out of the way with the tractor, this is sitting here, so I'm just going to bunch bales and then finish raking. Won't leave very many bales left to pick up then. Then get all this stuff back up in the yard, or at least some of it. And if Becky's not back by then, let's see if the semi will fire up. Come out and at least get a load on it. I can't put them in the barn yet, but I can at least get that much out of the field. And looks like we got about 80 or 100 bicyclists going by today. I can hear them talking from here because they have to yell to each other, you know. And taking the whole frickin' road up. I don't understand. Law says they get from the fog line to the edge of the road surface, or if there's no fog line, up to 3 feet of the road surface. So let's ride down the center line and ride 6 abreast. Can't fix stupid. Well, I got everything in the stack I can stack. There was a single one clearing this corner, and it's no longer here. It's over there on the front of the tractor, waiting for a partner. As soon as I get done raking here, we'll have a partner. And so far everything's going good. Once I get wide enough to catch these little spots like that one, I'll be a few times up and down this. Most of the time, if we're raking and baling at the same time, as soon as Ty can do it, she'll start making corners. And I mean, I might follow a windrow like that one. She'll make 2, maybe 3, just because I'm not going to stop and wait for her. I'm going to have a heavy spot here, but that's okay. I'll get over it. I know how to do that. So at the moment, like there's 29 bales there. There's 30 bales in that field and 19 in the other. That 19, if they were all the same length, would probably be 20, 21, I suppose. So, and the little denser bales than the other balers. So that little piece, I'm just going to say, probably about the same we got off of it last year. And these, I don't even know what we got last year. I haven't looked yet. But I'm going to guess that it's probably pretty close. We'll find out later. Did another one. That's from backing out of the corner. It happened to be hanging on. All I got left is that corner and that corner. And then pick up 1 or 2 bales. Take this thing up. Figure out what I'm going to do. Rakes are already at the neighbors. And I'd really like to put that in small bales, or at least part of it. But the bale wagon's up on the hill and hasn't been fired up yet. And with rain coming Monday, I mean, I probably got half a day of thinking with it before it's ready to pick any hay up. So, I don't know. Really don't. 30 bales here, 30 bales there, 19 over there, and Mom came out for a ride. She must be feeling pretty good today. Her and her dog. Her dog's foot's all healed up and got the good green go light for being outside again. Good to see Mom out today. Last couple of days she hasn't been doing quite so well. Well, if you guessed you need the jump, you're right. that freaking M14. She just don't like to turn over. 4 batteries, what are they, 1300 amp batteries? And they're not down, they're just not up enough. That thing with a half-dead 1000 amp battery will fire right up. Difference between a kitty cat and a Cummins. So the International's got to save the day. Pile should have been gone by now. Right rear brake on the pumpkin is froze solid. I've been spending an hour and a half beating on it. Have not gotten it yet. And Becky was out here checking fence. We got the cows in here. And that line over there was dead. Yeah, because it needed to get unhooked from that way and hooked to this way. Actually, it's a separate one to hook up. So I got power there, but it's got a short somewhere over here because it goes clear to that corner. She had power on this one earlier, and it's dead. And I had power on it, and I didn't even make it up to where that pile is. No power anymore. I think I figured out why. Because it ain't making contact. So, had her shut it off where she just was, and see if we got a piece of wire and hook on there. There was another handle on her bike. A little rusty, but it should make good enough contact. So we'll see what we got here in a minute. And this line should be fine. Hey, look at that. Only 2.9, but 2.8. That's barely enough to keep them from wanting to go through it. So now we'll go check the rest of it. And then I might be moving those bales over here. Not if I want to. Call it the day. That's out there out of my way. So if I ever get that frickin' brake broke loose, I can back around enough to go out there. We just let the cows back out where they were. Because, why? Well, Becky's whooped from the heat. I'm whooped from the heat. If I get that broke loose, I'd be out there at least getting that one field cleared. But we got power all the way around it. Those can stay there for now. This is open because I took care of the bee's nest that was right there, and the other one that's right up inside. I may just leave it open because there's more flying back to it. If they land on it, they'll be dead. But the cows are back out. Happy, unhappy, whatever. Still got too much to do before you can put any hay in the barn, but. And yeah, not for trying. That one rocks. The one on the other side spins. That one spins. The one on the other side don't budge. I think we may make a trip to Homeo Depot. Not Homeo Depot. Hobio Freight. I've been looking at a air hammer for quite a while that they've got. Almost pulled the trigger on it a few times and just haven't done it yet. That and a few punch attachments that go with it. Because I think with a good air hammer, because we just got cheap the old piece of the shit, I think with a good one I can get in on that shoe and beat the crap out of it and get it broke loose. So anyway, that's our Saturday. Hope y'all had a better day than me. It was a Saturday morning till it became Friday. I mean Monday. I don't even know what day it is, right? I know it's Saturday. I'm just flicking it. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hey, get that thing to move tomorrow morning. I've never ever had the tractor brakes freeze up that tight. Hadn't been sitting there that long. Yeah, we went and got that other trailer not more than a couple months ago, and the thing has sat there for 6 months at a time and not turned a wheel. Oh well, 'tis what it is.